My name is Andy Ashdown. I live in Windsor, Nova Scotia. I am originally from Cambridgeshire in the UK. I moved to Canada about a year and a half ago. And in the play I play Bubba Bedford, who within the play is playing Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. It's a funny story. My wife said that she wanted to audition for a part in this play, and so I was going to drive her there, and my intention was to sit in the car and read a book. I went in to ask where the nearest gas station was, because the car was low and I was worried about getting back to Windsor. And Brenda and Lisa grabbed me and made me read a few lines, and here I am. Should probably make it clear that I'm very glad that they did. But yeah, but that's just too funny a story for me to give it up. Well, I haven't been in a theatrical production for probably about 15 years now. I used to do it a lot when I was a kid and a little bit when I was a teenager, and I sort of tailed off. But my favourite sort of theatrical memory is that when I was 10 I was in a pantomime, and it was Robin Hood and the Babes in the Wood, and I was one of the Babes in the Wood. And obviously there's me and this girl, and we're sort of 9-10 years old, and then there's a group of adults who've been doing it for years and years. Some of them have literally been doing it since before I was born. And obviously it's sort of a comedy thing, so what I remember most fondly is, you get up on stage with these very experienced people, and they say their funny bit, and it gets a big laugh, and then me as a 10-year-old would say a funny bit, and I'd get a big laugh. And it was this feeling of sort of holding my own, and I will always sort of remember that as a good thing. I think that live theatre is different from film and television in a couple of ways. For starters, it's much older. I mean, we've got like plays from classical Athens, which are like 2,500 years old. And I think that it's great that if you are going to a theatre, you are essentially doing the same thing that people have been doing for thousands of years. And I think the other advantage of live theatre is if you're watching a film or a TV show, you're watching something that has been constructed. Like they probably haven't filmed it in the order that it's shown on screen. They might have done multiple takes, they might have added in special effects and things like that. And with theatre, you don't get that. It's just in front of you, and it's just happening in front of you. And there's nothing between the audience and what's on stage in a way that there is with sort of film and TV. I read a lot and I write a lot. The stuff that I read is pretty broad. Any sort of fiction I'll generally read. Non-fiction, I do tend to read a lot of narrative history, and that is also what I tend to write when I'm writing non-fiction. I also write short, schlocky horror stories that I send to people and hope that they give me money for. There's actually two that I really like. One of them is Mortimer Brewster in Arsenic and Old Lace. It's the person that Cary Grant played in the film version. And the reason I like him so much is he starts off and it's the best days of life. He's just got married, and the rest of the play is just this relentless descent into the insanity of everyone around him and his efforts to keep a lid on it. And I just think it just looks so much fun being the straight man to all these sort of like murderers and everything else. The other one, which is a slightly more serious role, is the stage version of The Woman in Black. I'm a big fan of horror, and essentially the stage show is that there's the old man who's telling the true story, there's the young man who's acting it out, and there's the ghost of the woman herself. And I've seen it live once, and it was surprising how scary they made it, considering you're in a theatre with probably 1,000 other people. Bedford, bless him. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. He probably doesn't follow everything that's going on around him at any time. He's he gets a bit picked on by the other characters because he's not necessarily following what's going on. But I think what I like about him the most is that he is, it doesn't bother him. He's very straightforward. He seems to be perfectly happy with the simple things in life. You really get the impression that the guy goes to work, goes home, cracks open a beer, puts on football or NASCAR or something, and that's it. He doesn't, you know, ponder the deeper questions of existence at any point. And I think for some people, and I'm including myself, who maybe overthink things or overanalyze things or worry that they're doing that, or just worry in general, maybe not in terms of his intelligence, but I think that we could sometimes do with being a bit more like him. Come and see the play. It's very funny. It's funny. It's also about a group of people who are trying to bring culture to somewhere that perhaps doesn't have a lot of culture, and I think that there's something very human about that, and it's very commendable, and I think that it's a great show, and we have a fantastic cast.